Greetings, everyone. I'm Linda Hudson, your mayor of the city of Fort Pierce. Our city has changed quite a bit since I was first elected mayor in 2012. This past year, we saw many new and exciting businesses make Fort Pierce their home, and our population grew to almost 50,000 residents. Our challenge is to grow into our future while preserving our past. Florida and Fort Pierce were booming 100 years ago, and this year we will celebrate the 100th anniversary of our Fort Pierce Police Department and the Sunrise Theater. Our city's drive under the slogan, One Fort Pierce, ensures our commission governs for the good of all Fort Pierce. We are a unified city, dedicated to making decisions that benefit all of our residents. Last November, Arnold Gaines and Michael Broderick were elected to 4-year terms on our City Commission. Joining myself, Commissioner Jeremiah Johnson, and Commissioner Curtis Johnson Jr., the 5 of us work as a team with civility, energy, and commitment to making our city a desirable location to live, work, and play on the Treasure Coast. We are an amazing and diverse city that has a rich culture and a proud history. Isn't that correct, Curtis?
Absolutely, Mayor. And before I begin, I would like to pause for a moment to pay tribute to a city leader that played a major role in making Fort Pierce what it is today. Commissioner Rufus J. Alexander. In 2022, there were many events held to celebrate Juneteenth, but the most moving was the unveiling of a memorial mural at Fire Station 15 on Avenue D to honor Commissioner Alexander's many years of service to the city and the fire district. Our city has many gems it can be proud of, and one of them is our police department. We live in difficult times for law enforcement, and the city of Fort Pierce continues to work on offering its officers competitive wages in the face of economic challenges, because no matter what, our resident and visitors' safety is our top priority. The Fort Pierce Police Department is focused on crime reduction and community policing. Coffee with a Cop, Shop with a Cop, and Courageous Kids are just a few of the tools the police department uses to maintain a positive relationship with the community. Under the leadership of Police Chief Diane Hobley Burney, this past year the PD participated in the Special Olympics Law Enforcement Torch Run to raise awareness for autism and the Florida Special Olympics. Also held last year at the Fort Pierce Police Rec Center was the annual Unity in Our Community event, which provides resources to enhance the lives of our children and families. Your city commission understands that our children must be able to learn in a safe and secure environment, and our Fort Pierce school resource officers at Dan McCarty Middle and C.A. Moore Elementary Schools continue to provide protection and support to the students, staff, and parents. School resource officers do so much more than provide essential safety. They also serve as positive role models and are symbols of trust for students and the school personnel alike. Last year, our Fort Pierce Police Department dedicated the new Fallen Hero statue, which depicts a uniformed officer saluting the American flag. It was created in the likeness of fallen officer Sergeant Danny Parrish and overlooks the newly dedicated Danny Parrish Fallen First Responders Park in honor of all those who lost their lives in the service to our community. If you haven't already done so, I encourage you to visit it. The Resource and Community Hope Rich House is operated by the Fort Pierce Police Department and offers information and resources to community residents of all ages. Last year, the Rich House, located at 2304 Avenue I, continued to be a successful location where everyone is welcome to visit and receive help or assistance from the Fort Pierce Police Department. In addition to the police station and Rich House, you may have spotted some of our officers at this year's job fair at the Finn Center. The City of Fort Pierce hosts an annual job fair in collaboration with CareerSource Research Coast and in addition to city representatives from the HR and Public Works Department. Our Fort Pierce PD was also present to find candidates that are looking to serve and protect our amazing city. In service to our animal population and health, the Sunrise Humane Society on Savannah Road was rebranded as the new Fort Pierce Animal Care and Adoption Center and is fully operational. And like all our public facilities, I encourage you to come see for yourself what a great job our city staff is performing for our furry friends. So Michael, as our newest elected commissioner, I know you've had a lot on your plate, but have you had a chance yet to tour our new animal shelter?
Hey, Commissioner. Yes, I have, and you're correct. It is a great addition to the city's many quality services offered to the public. Folks, I've been a resident and business owner here in Fort Pierce for over 20 years. I've seen good economic conditions, create opportunities for growth, and slow times that created challenges for residents and businesses here in our city. But the growth and economic development in Fort Pierce that we've experienced in 2022 has been something we have not seen for a very long time. One great resource for potential development is our new Choose Fort Pierce website, where you can find all the information needed to start a new business or construction project here in Fort Pierce. If you haven't been able to get to the page yet, please go to www.choosefortpierce.com. There you'll find a wide variety of news and information concerning all the current and future developments taking place in our city. And one of the developments that is currently underway is Kings Landing. Kings Landing, the $110 million mixed-use development in downtown Fort Pierce, is now being readied for construction. Very exciting. Crews have been excavating buried concrete from the site in preparation for one of the most exciting redevelopment projects the city has undertaken, and it won't be long until we begin to see actual construction taking place. In addition to all the Kings Landing excitement, Phase 1 of the Willow Lakes Resort on Midway Road was approved and will feature the Wave Garden surf pool, hotels, retail, and restaurants. This awesome facility will put our city on the map as a global destination for surf enthusiasts and professionals alike. We're all aware how beautiful our waterways are here in Fort Pierce. Director celebrated their 75th anniversary as a company in 2022, and we're proud to say that when they were looking for an ideal location for their newest repair yard, Director looked no further than Fort Pierce. Operating at the Port of Fort Pierce, Director Fort Pierce is a mega yacht repair and refit yard using the world's largest mobile hoist with a 1,500-ton capacity. Director Fort Pierce is promoting their new facility and our city all over the world. Your city officials and city management know how important well-maintained streets and roads are to our residents, and we're spending the half-cent sales surtax funds on exactly what we promised: roads, bridges, and sidewalks. Last year, the city was busy installing storm drainage and sewer upgrades along with ADA-compliant sidewalks, new street lighting, and stormwater collection improvements. In addition to road and sewer improvements, we've also been working on some exciting new construction projects. Last year, your city approved a 130-acre Crossroads Industrial Development Park with a 1.1 million square foot warehouse between I-95 and the Turnpike. But the big story everyone is talking about is the relocation of our wastewater plant. FPUA is moving our water reclamation facility off the barrier island to a non-residential location far away from the Indian River Lagoon. This long-awaited new facility has been in the works for over 2 decades and brings environmental and economic benefits to our city. The FPUA is also engaged in a multi-year program to provide every customer with new metering technology to enhance customer service and improve customer communications. Also last year, FPUA embarked on an aggressive water and wastewater expansion, which will increase our customer base and improve the health of our waterways. FPUA has also collaborated with the City of Fort Pierce and Allegheny Franciscan Ministries to provide high-speed internet connectivity in the Lincoln Park core neighborhood, including free Wi-Fi at Means Court and Lincoln Park recreation centers. I've always been proud to be a part of our Fort Pierce community, and I'm grateful that you have placed your trust in me to work with my fellow commissioners to keep Fort Pierce working and moving in the right direction. Arnold, I understand you also have some great news and updates for our residents about our beautiful city.
Hello, Michael. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. We faced many challenges in 2020 and 2021, but I'm happy to say that in 2022, our city, businesses, and public events continued to return strong. Last year, our Sights and Sounds Parade on 2nd Street was bigger and brighter than ever. Heathcloak Botanical Gardens continued its holiday garden of lights, and Marina Square was alive with people enjoying the annual holiday light spectacular with the dancing palms and Christmas tree and Christmas music. I have a deep and personal love for our Fort Pierce Firehawks, and last year, your city continued its popular recreation programs with the Firehawks Pop Warner football and cheerleading teams. I'd like to encourage everyone to come out to their games and cheer on our kids. Our downtown and city marina look much different in 2022 than they did just a year earlier. Friday Fest and the downtown farmers market continue to draw large crowds, rain or shine. If you've never experienced our city's farmers market, come down to the marina this Saturday morning and discover for yourself why it's ranked #1 in Florida. The downtown Fort Pierce Farmers Market celebrated its 25th anniversary in 2022 and owes its success to you. Our world changes very quickly, and in an effort to stay on the leading edge, your city has placed a new emphasis on technology. The city actively engages residents on social media, including Facebook, Twitter, Nextdoor, Instagram, and YouTube. Also, if you haven't visited the city's webpage, cityoffortpierce.com, check it out and try the new chatbot feature to get answers to your frequently asked questions. In 2022, the city of Fort Pierce faced 2 late season hurricanes. Effects from Hurricane Ian, which was most severe on the southwest coast, moved across the state and continued to damage central and south central Florida. And then Hurricane Nicole landed on the Treasure Coast, creating more debris, flooding, and erosion in St. Lucie County. Citizens lost power and some streets were flooded, but I'm proud to inform you that power was restored to all customers within a 24-hour period, and public works staff worked swiftly and efficiently to clean up our city. Finally, we now have a Geographical Informational System, or GIS Hub, feature on our website with interactive maps that feature information about zoning, utilities, historical districts, and business tax receipts. You can find information about economic development at the city's Move Here, Grow Here, Live Here on the city manager's webpage at cityoffortpierce.com. And right on cue, here's my fellow commissioner, Jeremiah Johnson, to tell us about. Well, I'll just let you tell the viewers, Jeremiah.
Thank you, Arnold. Well, everyone, let me start with our annual Great American Cleanup event. This annual citywide cleanup was held on March 12th last year and was a huge success. City staff and resident volunteers collected litter, power washed sidewalks, and painted parking lots, and planted vegetation at many locations throughout our city. And Moores Creek was drained so that the trash could be removed from the creek bed. A big thank you to everyone that worked so hard to keep Fort Pierce beautiful. And remember, in an effort to fight litter year-long, the city has installed blue tube receptacles at beach parks, along the Indian River Lagoon, and of course at Moores Creek. The blue tube receptacles contain plastic bags that can be used to pick up, bag trash, and throw away any small items before they enter our waterways. Last year, the city's public works staff hosted lunch and learn workshops to help inform residents about the many ways the Public Works Department keeps our city operating smoothly and efficiently. Some of the topics discussed were how our solid waste division handles trash pickup and disposal for every home and business in our city. And Public Works also went over our fleet maintenance operations with a hands-on demonstration with one of the police department's vehicles. Fort Pierce is known for its beautiful parks throughout our city. In 2022, our city worked with community partners like Fort Pierce Sunrise Kiwanis and the Children's Services Council to rebuild the Kids Park at J.C. Park so that children of all ages and their parents can enjoy a beautiful and safe place to play and relax. Over 200,000 visitors go to J.C. Park each year, and this new playground is sure to be enjoyed by one and all. Other beautification projects completed in 2022 include the newly improved Porpoise Avenue beach access. This free parking facility is located right on South Ocean Drive and is getting a lot of use by beachgoers, and our residents love the new mural. Indian Hills Recreation Area multi-use trail improvements from south of Savannah Road to north of Indian Hills Drive has become a reality, becoming part of the East Coast Greenway system stretching from Key West to Canada. It's also nicknamed the Trail from Moose to Manatee. For more information about this amazing project, please visit their webpage at greenway.org. A cannon retrieved from the sunken 1715 Spanish fleet was placed at the Melody Lane Pedestrian Plaza in early 2022 as a reminder of how the Treasure Coast got its name. Captain John Brandon donated a cannon from the fleet that sank off of our Atlantic coastline during a hurricane in July of 1715. The cannon required special and extensive treatment for 3 years before its grand unveiling. Fort Pierce has long known the importance of protecting our waterways, particularly the Indian River Lagoon. We do this primarily through stormwater quality improvement projects in our city's neighborhoods. In 2022, the city made major progress on the Georgia Avenue Basin Water Quality Improvement Project, funded in part by the South Florida Water Management District. Water flowing into the Indian River Lagoon is cleaned due to past stormwater improvements in Moores Creek, Veterans Memorial Park, Indian Hills Restoration and Recreation Area, the islands that protect the waterfront and the city marina, and now the Georgia Avenue Water Basin. Mayor, our beautiful city sure has enjoyed an awesome year of growth and prosperity.
It sure has, Jeremiah, and as you mentioned, one of the most exciting projects accomplished in 2022 was the community rebuild of the kids' playground at J.C. Park. The park is designed for children of all capabilities, but I was inspired recently to learn that a wheelchair-bound parent was able to enjoy the park with his children for the first time ever. Also available now at J.C. Park are pickleball courts. Pickleball is an exciting sport, played on a small court similar to tennis. It's a lot of fun, and our new courts are open to the public. The Sunrise Theater will celebrate its 100th birthday this year, and I'm proud to say that in 2022, it was chosen as the location for the only gubernatorial debate in Florida between Governor Ron DeSantis and Charlie Crist. Last year, our city was home to a variety of events, including Juneteenth celebrations held at many locations throughout Fort Pierce, the Southern Kingfish Association's National Championship Fishing Tournament, the U.S. National Firefighter Combat Challenge, and the Florida Linemen Competition, where public power line workers come together from all over the region to demonstrate their skill and knowledge in the craft of electrical line work. While Fort Pierce faces challenges just like the rest of the country, your city staff continues to provide excellent service to our residents and businesses in the face of rising cost. We are fortunate and blessed to live in Fort Pierce, a destination where many come for vacation and sport. We strive to provide community leadership, quality public service, and a safe environment for all citizens and visitors. I'm your mayor, Linda Hudson, and I'd like to thank you all for allowing me to be a part of the city leadership that strives to celebrate our past while also concentrating on our future as one Fort Pierce.